Connecting with yourself requires you to unlearn and deprogram everything you've been taught, everything they taught you to be. Your ego says, happiness will come when I get what I want. Your soul says, happiness is already here. I already have it. To get closer to divinity is to get closer to yourself. Divinity lives within us. It's not something outside of us. Hi guys, I'm Lisa and welcome to my channel. I want to start by saying, if you don't believe in that woohoo spiritual stuff, if you don't believe in spirituality, then this video is not for you. So I suggest you click off this video. But if you're open-minded and genuinely curious to understand, then hi, welcome. So today we're going to talk about leveling up spiritually, which involves mind, body, and spirit. We are going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about how to reach a higher state of consciousness, stop inner suffering. We're going to talk about the ego self / soul self. We're going to talk about vibration and just living life with intention and inner peace. We're also going to talk more about spirituality. So before we get started, of course, don't forget to check out my recent video. It's going to be down in the link below. So don't forget to check it out. Thanks. Okay. Let's get started. Let's start with explaining the basics of spirituality. To my knowledge, spirituality is feeling a sense of connection to something that is greater, something that is larger. You may call it God, divinity, source, the universe, or consciousness. It's not about becoming spiritual. It's not about becoming anything. It's simply an awareness. Spirituality is a higher level of consciousness. Everything is spiritual. So you're either aware that it exists, you're either tuned into that awareness, or you're not. It goes way down the rabbit hole, but we're going to stick to the basics, okay? Spirituality is something to remember. It's soul-membrance. It's remembering who you are in your natural state, which is ultimately love. Spirituality may look different to others because the whole purpose is the journey. The journey is about remembering who you are and to keep remembering until you can't forget. It is a personal journey to self, but the destination is always the same, which is love, moving from a place of love and acceptance. Spirituality leads you to live an authentic life that is rooted in love, inner peace, and truth. It also demands you to go on a personal journey of self, your own personal journey of self. It is a personal search to find the greater meaning in life and one's existence in this world. It gets you to love, connect, and understand yourself on that deeper level, which then will deepen your connection with other beings as well. It's about living in harmony with yourself and the world around you. There is no rules or correct way to do it. It's your own personal journey, as long as you're leading with love, kindness, truth, and acceptance. For those of you who have already connected with yourself on a deeper level will understand what I'm talking about. You can't really describe it. I mean, you can only say so much, it's an experience. The sole purpose of this video is to spread knowledge and trigger you to remember or to lead you to that path of remembrance, not to tell you what to do or what you shouldn't do. Let's start with spiritual self-awareness. Now, in my last video, I talked about self-awareness on a surface level, on a psychological level. But for this video, I'm going to talk about self-awareness on that spiritual level. Spiritual self-awareness is understanding yourself beyond personality and identity, beyond physicality, understanding identity beyond the body, knowing that you are the inner observer. And what I mean by that is being aware of your thoughts and emotions, but knowing that you are either of those things. You are only the observer. You are the awareness experiencing those. A lot of our suffering comes from our mind because we identify with it. We inflict so much pain into ourselves because we believe everything that our mind says. We are letting our mind control us. Once you learn to detach from your identity, your mind, and your emotions, only then your suffering will end. Okay, you have to know the difference between your ego self, which is attached to your identity, and your higher self, your soul, which is your authentic self. Your ego self is built on beliefs, self-image. It seeks validation, values, control, and limiting roles. And a lot of that was put onto us from an early age, which consumes and becomes a major part of our identity and our life. And that is who we think we are, but it's not who we are. A lot of what consumes our mind is the thoughts we have about ourselves, which are rooted in our beliefs, the beliefs we have about ourselves and our self-concept, which affects our emotions. So detaching from that is not about becoming empty, isolated, or not feeling your emotions. It's about observing them rather than absorbing them and not becoming them or letting it control you. Not clinging to your thoughts and emotions, but rather observe them because you are not identified by it. You are simply there to observe and experience it. Your thoughts and emotions only have power over you if you let it, by identifying with it. Identifying with your emotions and thoughts will keep you at a never-ending loop of inner suffering, your own suffering, until you learn to detach and become the observer. Then it no longer holds power over you. The trick is to just not let your mind control you, because if you can't be free of your mind, then you are a slave to your mind. When you are able to control your intention, what you focus on, that is how you're able to control your life and be intentional about it. By being aware and knowing that you are the observer of your thoughts and emotions, it helps you control your attention. It stops you from overthinking. It stops negative thoughts and it stops inner suffering. Now let's talk about soul self, which is your authentic self. And it's quite actually the opposite. Your soul is your internal essence. It's the core of who you are beyond body, beyond identity. Your soul self does not operate on ego. It's not attached to anything. It doesn't identify with anything. Your soul self seeks to connect. It seeks internal validation. It seeks inner fulfillment, inner peace. It seeks harmony, purpose, alignment, and love, because that is your true essence. Your soul self is focused on growth, evolution, and wisdom. The ego operates from lack, fear, and survival mode. Your ego says, this is happening to me. Your soul says, this is happening for me. Your ego says, I'm not enough. Your soul says, I'm enough just the way I am. Your ego says, happiness will come when I get what I want. Your soul says, happiness is already here. I already have it. You see the difference? Your soul is already fulfilled because it knows it already has everything that it needs. While the ego moves from a place of lack, scarcity, it's never satisfied. It always wants more. It believes that fulfillment comes from something external. Once you move past ego and get in alignment with your soul, your authentic self, you become in harmony with yourself and everything else around you. You become grounded. You move from a place of gratitude and mindfulness. You live life with intention and purpose, not from survival mode or victim mentality. You start being present. You stop trying to control situations, outcomes, and let life unfold as it's meant to be. And you stop thinking that everything is happening to you, but rather for you, to help you. Detaching is necessary to level up spiritually. Once you detach yourself from anything in the 3D reality, your identity, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, your fears, and the outcome of things, you move into your natural state of being, your authentic self. And you start living life deliberately. Let's talk about the inner work, which is also known as shadow work. The shadow work is an essential part of spirituality. Doing the inner work to heal and help you get a deeper understanding of yourself so you can live a peaceful, authentic, and meaningful life. When you're doing the inner work that is tied to spirituality, you're actually unlearning who they taught you to be and relearning who you are. Doing the inner work grows your self-awareness. It helps you address your unconscious patterns, your hidden traumas, your triggers, your unresolved emotions. Doing the shadow work fosters more self-love, self-acceptance. It moves you out of that ego victim mentality and into more of a soul abundant mentality, where you're leading from authenticity, truth, alignment, and purpose. Doing the inner work requires deep self-reflection so you can reconnect with your mind, body, and spirit, dealing with all your inner wounds and traumas and integrating it so it no longer controls you. Integrating your traumas is becoming one with, because it's not separate from you. It's you bringing what was split off back into wholeness, what was suppressed, what was shamed and hidden, and saying, this happened to me. It shaped me. It's part of my story, but it doesn't define me nor control me. And that's how you reclaim your power. Reclaiming those parts of you rather than shaming it so you can elevate and grow and reach a higher state of consciousness. That pain becomes wisdom rather than a burden. Being able to turn your pain into power, now that's real transformation. That is alchemy, baby. The spiritual journey is about transforming ego into soul. It's about aligning with the soul so it can be integrated once and for all. Ego-driven actions are motivated by self-interest, external validation, control, seeking approval from others, and personal gain. It's focused on short-term gain and immediate gratification. Ego is driven by fear and lack. Soul-driven actions stem from a deep sense of purpose and inner wisdom. It's more focused on acceptance rather than striving for control and perfection. The soul is driven by love and trust. It's more focused on inward than outward. Soul-driven is inner knowing and intuition. Connecting with yourself requires you to unlearn and deprogram everything you've been taught, everything they taught you to be. Unlearning those internalized beliefs that were never truly yours to begin with. Basically, decolonizing yourself, because that is the only way you'll be able to find yourself, the true essence of who you are. Before all of that, before they programmed you into who you are. Unlearn so you can relearn who you are. When you connect with yourself, it connects you closer to source. To get closer to divinity is to get closer to yourself, because divinity lives within us. It's not something outside of us. We already have a personal relationship with divinity, with God. So when you connect with yourself, which also means connecting with God, will strengthen your relationship with it. God is energy, and that energy lives within us. Going inward is the only way out of all that pain and suffering. It is the only way to undo all that programming that's been done to us for years. And our job is to remember who we were before that. When we reconnect with ourselves, our higher self, we remember. We remember the true essence of our being. We feel a deeper sense of love, connection, gratitude, and joy within us and the world around us. It increases our joy, our happiness. It fosters more self-love, and the more love we have within ourselves, the more we are able to give that out. It will overall change our level of self-awareness and perception of life, seeing life in a more divine light. Okay, before I move on to my final topic, I want to say spirituality is such a broad concept with room for many different perspectives. There is no right way, correct way, wrong way, this way or that way. With spirituality, as I've said, you're either tuned in, you're either aware. If not, then it's just a theory to you, because you won't understand until you experience it. Everything is spiritual whether you are aware of it or not. But the understanding part comes with awareness. Spirituality is a higher level of consciousness, and you won't understand until you reach that level of consciousness. And that only happens after you have awakened, after you're not asleep anymore. If you know, you know. I believe spirituality ultimately leads us on a path of enlightenment, truth, authenticity, inner peace, and love. There's a difference between being aware and knowing, then practicing it and using the knowledge given to you. All that spiritual knowledge is for naught unless you walk your talk. Spirituality is not solely based on crystals, angel numbers, astrology, etc. Yes, those things are connected with spirituality. But if you haven't awakened beyond the veil of illusions, moving past your ego, doing the shadow work, seeing the truth of who you are and what this world really is, but you're relying on crystals, angel numbers, and all that stuff to feel spiritual, then I'm afraid you haven't learned a thing, which will lead you to feeling disconnected rather than awakened and aware. It's not about becoming anything, it's about remembering. Spirituality is not anything external, it's not anything outside of you, it's inner awakening. It is important to understand vibration. Everything in existence is energy, which means that everything vibrates on a specific vibrational frequency, meaning your thoughts and emotions are vibrations and are vibrating at a specific frequency, and in fact are the most powerful and impactful vibrational interpreters. Plus, your thoughts and emotions carry the strongest vibration. Your vibrational frequency is either going two ways, high or low. To understand vibration, you have to understand the law of attraction. The law of attraction is one of the laws of the universe. Think of the universe as a responsive field of energy. Like I said before, everything is energy, which means the universe responds to vibration, to energy. So the law of attraction responds to your thoughts and emotions and the things that you are telling yourself. So your thoughts and emotions have more power than you realize because everything is energy. Whatever you put your focus and attention to will eventually manifest. Now stay with me. Okay, let's focus on the law of attraction, thoughts. If you are constantly putting your attention on negative thoughts, you will attract more negative thoughts. Okay, think of it like this. The law of attraction means like attracts like, meaning similar vibration resonate with and draw each other together. So negative thoughts attract each other because they're alike and are vibrating on the same vibrational frequency. Negative thoughts tend to attract negative experiences, emotions, and outcomes. So if you're constantly focused and putting all your energy into lower vibrational things, like moving from a place of lack, fear, anger, doubt, worries, that will show up in your reality. The universe will respond and will align you with the experiences that match those states, that match that energetic vibration. Your experiences will match exactly that. And no one negative thought won't ruin your life and attract all these horrible and negative experiences. No, it's about the dominant and repeated patterns. If repeated and held long enough, it will imprint on the subconscious mind, where it becomes a belief system, a pattern, as your subconscious then will manifest those thoughts into reality, because your subconscious mind controls your reality. In contrast to positive thoughts, the more you focus on positive thoughts, you attract more positive thoughts and even more positive thoughts, because according to the law of attraction, like attracts like, which then will attract more positive experiences, positive emotions, and outcomes that will mirror the energetic vibration. If you don't believe me, try it. It's literally law. I don't make the rules. And a lot of people do this unintentionally. You don't have to understand vibration or the law of attraction for this to apply. It still exists with or without your knowledge. Your words carry vibrational energy, As I've said, everything is energy, even the words you speak. Words hold power, so speak with intention. Words are spells. That is why they're called spelling. Be intentional about your words. Speak life into yourself. Only speak positivity into your life because words carry vibrational energy. And the universe is a responsive field of energy, meaning it's responding to the vibrational energy that you're putting out. I would like to finish it off by saying, in my journey to finding myself and to quote unquote find the meaning of life, I have come to understand that life is just meant to be experienced. That's it. I just think that there's so much in this world that we don't know, and some things we're just not meant to know. But I am wise enough to know that I don't know everything. Even with all this knowledge that I have and gained over, my journey and over the years, I still don't know so much. And that's okay. Sometimes we're just not meant to know everything, you know? Like, we're just meant to live life and experience it. Life is meant to be experienced, it's meant to be lived, it's meant to be felt. Of course, integrating the knowledge that you have gained in your journey into your life. But yeah, even with all this knowledge, I am too still a student to life. As long as I am in this earth, I'm learning. As long as I am here on earth, every day is a learning experience for me. And that won't stop until I take my last breath. I would also like to point out that I know some individuals that are probably going to watch this video, some small minded individuals that are going to watch this video and think that, oh, people who believe in spirituality think that there's some kind of God or better than everyone or know it all. And that's just so the opposite. I'm sure if you watch the whole video, you will come to understand that's not how it is at all. You know, like I said about spirituality, it's leading with love, acceptance, understanding, and authenticity and truth. So how can someone who possesses those qualities think that they're better than everyone? You know? Like, let's use your brain for a second. Let's think and understand and be open-minded instead of just like being closed off and judging. But yeah, at the end of the day, people are going to believe what they want to believe. And I think that everyone should respect each other's beliefs and just each other's way of life without condemning or shaming or judging others. Because as long as they're happy, that's all that matters. Okay. And if anything, I want you guys to take from this video is to just move or continue to move from a place of love, from a place of understanding and acceptance and mindfulness of others. Because everyone on this earth is on their personal journey. Like, there is no reason to judge others and bash others for just living their life. Like, there's no need to project your frustrations, your beliefs, and things like that onto others. Let them live their life, and you do the same. Okay, guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!